In just under an hour, the mother of a 5-year-old girl killed in a crash involving a police truck is expected to urge the firing of the sergeant who was behind the wheel. Jalina Anglin was riding with her mother on November 25th when that crash happened at US 92 and Auburndale Boulevard. Fox 13's Carla Byron is live outside the Auburndale Police Department now. And Carla, her family is calling for the police sergeant to be fired. And what else?
Well, Jalina's family says the purpose of this news conference is to hold the police sergeant involved in this crash accountable, and also to ensure that the Polk County Sheriff's Office that is doing this investigation is being fair and transparent. Jalina Anglin's family is calling for Auburndale Police Sergeant Swann to be fired after his truck collided with her mother's car, leading to her death.
So as a mom, obviously that's traumatic. She's still dealing with it. She wakes up and sees the moments,
Officials say Sergeant Swann was headed east on US 92, responding to a deputy's emergency call, while Anglin was stopped at a red light on northbound Auburndale Boulevard. But when the light turned green, Anglin told her family she couldn't immediately tell how far out the sirens were and pulled forward, colliding with the police truck. The family claims the sergeant ran through a red light while traveling at more than 85 miles per hour, and he failed to give Jalina and her mother aid after the crash.
This excuse does not excuse Sergeant Swann's decision to run a red light, speeding at a high rate of speed, using his patrol truck as a bulldozer that ran and slammed into a vehicle occupying both this 5-year-old child and her mother.
Black Lives Matter Restoration Incorporated and the Poor and Minority Justice Association are showing their support for Jalina's family. They claim Sheriff Judd made, quote, unfounded and inflammatory remarks to the media, questioning whether Jalina was wearing a seatbelt.
When you make a statement, we're going to check and see if the child was wearing a seatbelt. Or are we going to check and see was the officer drinking? Are we going to check and see? So it shows a biased position, and people who are influenced by that start to now looking towards the parent.
But Jalina's father says she was definitely wearing one because of visible injuries to her body from the seatbelt. He hopes the sergeant is held accountable.
If no consequences happen, he's going to genuinely think he wasn't at fault. He's going to genuinely think what I'm doing is not wrong. So somebody else's child or grandma or mother or brother can be hurt in the same situation.
They're calling for the Department of Justice to investigate this case and to charge Sergeant Swann with vehicular manslaughter. The news conference will take place here outside of the police department at 6 p.m. Reporting live in Auburndale, Carla Byron, Fox 13 News.
Carla, thank you.